It was 2 in the morgue. Hannah sat slouched at her desk, scrolling through her phone to keep herself awake. The silence was heavy, broken only by the faint hum of the fluorescent lights. Suddenly, the old black landline phone rang, its shrill echo slicing through the stillness. Startled, she answered. "Hello?" A flat, emotionless voice on the other end said, "Body incoming for cleaning." Moments later, the metallic wheels of a gurney echoed through the hallway. Though no attendant pushed it, Hannah knew what to do. Without answering, she hung up and grabbed her coat. As she rushed to the entrance, she saw the covered form roll itself into the room. Hannah's breath caught. She approached, tugging the white sheet back. It was a young man with pale, waxy skin and eyes sewn shut, but the stitches twitched as if something underneath still struggled to open. Ignoring her unease, Hannah wheeled him into the prep room. For a moment, everything was silent except for the rasping breaths of the corpse. But when she turned, the gurney behind her was empty. The body was gone. She froze. "Hannah!" A whisper slithered through the cold air. The overhead lights flickered violently. She backed up. What was that? A floor-to-ceiling steel locker door slammed shut. Then another and another. One by one, as if dozens of fists were trapped inside, pounding to be released, Hannah stumbled back. She bumped into a stainless steel table, sending a tray of sharp metal instruments clattering to the floor. As she stared, horrified, at the glint of their blades under the dim lights, a new sound cut through the room. Slowly, deliberately, the far door to the bathroom opened. She turned, gasping, and saw a shadow detach itself from the darkness. Tall, thin, completely draped in the long white sheets used for body containment. It took a step toward her. She wanted to scream, to run, but terror rooted her to the spot. It was smiling, she realized, a wide, grotesque grin that shouldn't have been possible given the length of its sleeves. She finally broke into a run, stumbling over her own feet as she raced for the exit. But as she neared the door, it slammed shut on its own. The phone on the counter rang again. This time she didn't answer, but the voice seeped from the receiver anyway. "You're the one we've been waiting for." Her hands shook. She tried to dial out, to call for help, but the buttons pressed themselves, one by one, spelling out her name. The room seemed to grow colder. Her own reflection in the steel table was twisted. It smiled when she wasn't, its mouth stretching impossibly wide. A horrible, inhuman screech echoed from the bathroom as the figure emerged. Its form was no longer entirely white. Patches of dark, burnt flesh peeked through the thin material, tendrils of smoke curling from beneath the sleeves. She screamed and ran, though the image of the creature's burning flesh seared itself into her mind. She could feel its burning gaze upon her back, its heavy footsteps echoing just behind her. The doors in front of her kept opening. She ran through them, but every hallway led her back to the prep room. The walls seemed to be closing in, the ceiling pressing down. She could hear the creature moving closer, its raspy breaths hot on her neck. Then suddenly it was there, towering over her. She looked up into the darkness between the creature's wide, dangling arms. Its face was hidden, shrouded in darkness, yet she could feel its burning stare. Its smile, a grotesque parody of human joy, stretched from ear to ear, revealing rows and rows of sharp, pointed teeth. One finger, long and skeletal, tipped with a wickedly curved claw, traced the line of her jaw. When Hannah awoke, she was lying on the cold steel table. The room was silent except for the gentle hum of the lights and the rhythmic dripping of a nearby tap. Her head pounded and her throat was parched. As she sat up, she noticed a single word spelled out on the table in what looked like dried blood. Clean. Then she remembered the events of the night before and screamed. Morgue staff arrived in the morning to find Hannah lying lifeless on the cold table, her own name tag pinned neatly to her chest. a plastic was still warm. In the logbook, in a neat, even handwriting no one recognized, a single sentence was scrawled. "Hannah has joined us."